The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. The Houston Astros trying to keep pace with the Los Angeles Dodgers with a homestand that on this Saturday includes a visit from the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. The Chicago Cubs. Boy, was that a broken sentence or not? The Astros weren't very good house guests either as they pound the Cubs 7-0. It started in the first. Jose Cruz tripled home Denny Walling. 1-0 Houston. Bob Watson with an error. But, hey, it scores a run. 2-0 Houston. In the third, Bob Watson doubled home Enos Cabell and Art Howe singled home Bob Watson. 4-0 Houston. In the eighth, rare power from the Astros. Jose Cruz a solo shot to make it 5-0, and Jesus Alou made it 7-0 on a two-run shot. Joaquin Andahar gets the win. He goes to 5-4. Dave Geisel, I wonder if he's related to Dr. Seuss, takes a loss to go to 0-1. It's the Astros and the Cubs next on Retro Sports Network. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Baseball 1978. Come on, you go here. Today, Sunday, June 18th, 1978, from the Astrodome in Houston. It's the Houston Astros and the Chicago Cubs, brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Dennis Lamp and Tom Dixon next, right here on Retro Sports Network. And so we go through another weekend of baseball, and the Astros are looking to advance up. They're 2 games behind the Dodgers as we start play on this June 18th, Father's Day, 1978. The Cubs have kind of fallen off the pace. They're 26-33. 1977 seems to be in the rearview mirror, and the Cubs are going to be eventually headed towards the bottom of the cycle for a while. But for the Astros, and Tom Dixon looking for his 5th win of the year, they are trying to keep up with the Dodgers, 2 back, and trying to hold off the Cincinnati Reds. And as long as the Astros are at home, they got a good chance to win. We saw them last week against the Cardinals in St. Louis. That took 17 innings. I don't want to do that again. Let's see what they do against the Cubs on a beautiful Sunday afternoon inside in Houston. And how you doing, Appa Chatter, for the Intel Core i7. That's what I got in this machine, too. How you doing? So Tom Dixon takes the hill. He is 4-1 with a save and an ERA at 2.84. He is making his 5th start of the year, his 16th appearance. He has won 3 straight decisions and will eventually start 19 games for Houston. He is a fastball pitcher. He hits it at the gun at 86. And it's a fly ball pitcher. How you doing, Captain Carl? Nice to have you along. And Robbie got an ad for Intel. Seems to be it's Intel Day today because that's the second one I read for that. Dixon, as I said, making a start. He first pitched on the 12th, so 6 days ago against the Pirates. 9 innings, 11 hits. 5 runs, 4 earned. He walked 2 and struck out 8. He went against the Cubs, I'm assuming, in a relief appearance on the 6th. 3 innings, 5 hits, a run that was earned and a walk, but you could never assume. Doing just fine, thank you, my friend. So in 50 2/3 innings, Dixon has allowed 54 hits. 18 runs, 16 earned, 3 homers. He's walked 13 and struck out 23. And against the Pirates, he struck out 8. So you never know. And this will be the lineup he'll face. Abon de Jesus leads off at short. Cubby's wearing those dark blue pinstripe jobs, which are horrible. Greg Gross is in center field. He'll bat second. Billy Buckner is at first. He'll bat third. Thanks. That was good to do. I enjoyed doing it. Bobby Mercer is in right field. He'll clean up. Larry Bittner, 2 I's, 2 T's, words with friends, likes that word, is in left. He'll bat 5th. Steve Onoveros at 3rd will bat 6th. Manny Trio will hit 7th at second base. Raider behind the plate, I never get the right name, so we'll just wait for it to pop up, is the catcher, and he'll bats 8th, and Dennis Lamp is on the hill. He'll hit 9th and should throw 110 pitches. Defensively for Houston, Dave Bergman is a 5 and a 1 in left. That's a ramen noodle arm. Danny Walling is in center. He's a 3 and a 4. Jose Cruz is 7 and a 7 in right. The infield, Cabell is a 6 at short. Fishlin is a 5 at... Cabell's a 6 at third. Fishlin a 5 at short. Art Howe is 6 at second. And Bob Watson a 7 at first. Joe Ferguson back behind the plate. He's a 7 and a 5. And Tom Dixon is not a great fielder. .966 fielding percentage is okay, but that 4 range isn't great. And so, yep, we did Al Kaline from Father's Day weekend of 61 as the game that we chose. He went 4 for 5 in the real game. And if you go to YouTube rather, you can find the game. Did it late last night. And by the time you see this, it'll be up there 4 or 5 days. So DeJesus at 298, no homers and 16 RBI. Watson and Cabell play for the bunt. And that's flown into center field. Walling is there, 1 out. Brings up Greg Gross at 342. No homers and 13 RBI. The wife found in the cupboard some Trader Joe's tomato soup today. And that made everything feel so much better. Pitch to Gross is a ground ball to Cabell. Over to Watson for the out. So 2 out for Buckner. Bill at 317, 1 homer, and 17 RBI. Dixon deals, and Buckner ground ball to third. Cabell over to first, and that will retire the side. So the Cubbies go down in order, and soup is good food, Captain Carl. We played half an inning, no score. So Dennis Lamp is 4 and 8, but look at his ERA, it's 2.47. He has made 13 starts on the year, so this is start number 14. He's a fastball pitcher and will throw it about 85, and he'll keep it on the ground. Great for Wrigley, kind of indifferent for the Astrodome. He's not pitched. Oh, he did pitch against Houston. He pitched on June 5th. 8 innings, 11 hits, 6 runs, all earned in the loss, and a walk and 2 strikeouts. His last outing was 5 days ago on the 13th against the Reds. 7 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Feel pretty good, Robbie. So overall, 94 2/3 innings, 97 hits, 34 runs, 26 earned, 6 homers. He walked 22 and struck out 24. And the lineup he'll face: Denny Walling will lead off in center field. Dave Bergman is in left. He'll bat second. Enos Cabell is at third. He'll hit third. Jose Cruz cleans up in left or right field. Bob Watson will bat fifth at first base. Art Howe will hit sixth and play second. Joe Ferguson behind the plate will bat seventh. Fishlin is your shortstop. He'll hit eighth. And Tom Dixon threw 11 pitches in his half of the first. He'll hit ninth. Defensively for the Cubbies, Larry Bittner is a 6 and a 2 in left. Greg Gross is 6 and a 5 in center. Bobby Mercer is 6 and a 9 in right. Steve Ontiveros is a 4 at third. Ivan DeJesus is a 7 at short. Manny Trillo an 8 at second. Bill Buckner is 7 at first. And Raider is 6 and a 7 behind the plate. And Lamp is a good fielder. He's an 8 range and a .985 fielding percentage. Walling is off to a slow start. 215, 1 homer, and 3 RBI. Lamp starts the ball game with a fly ball to right. Mercer makes the catch in foul territory, 1 away. Dave Bergman is 7 for 29 on the year, hitting .241 with a double. Appa Chatter needs to put this account on the iPad to chat. Okay. Pitch from Lamp. There's a ground ball to Buckner. Takes it to the bag himself. 2 out. So Bergman is retired for Enos Cabell at 3:04. Yes, we're trying not to do the same games in the same series. And they're only 2 games out of your beloved Dodgers. So you're rooting for the Cubs. Cabell at 3:04, 5 homers and 26 RBI. Lots of names, Rickinator says, from the past, the Cubs that you would rarely associate with Chicago. Buckner, Mercer, infield D carrying the day so far. Yep, they got a good defense. Ontiveros, of course, played for the Athletics. DeJesus had a good run in Philadelphia. And Trio was on that 80 World Series team. Lamp pitched for the White Sox, and he strikes out Cabell. Swung on and missed on the change, and that will retire the side. Cubs and Astros are scoreless through 1. The Astros will not be on at noon tomorrow. Bobby Mercer's up right now with Bittner and Ontiveros to follow. Mercer at 3:03, a home run in 24 RBI. Dixon's pitch, and there's a fly ball, shallow right center. Walling will come in, 1 out. That's right, Lorenzo. I am not in space. I'm at the Astrodome in Houston, Texas, where the 37-22 Houston Astros host the 26-33 Chicago Cubs. Bittner at 266, a homer and 5 RBI. Pitch to Larry is into center field. Back goes Walling to the track, and he makes the catch. Steve Ontiveros with 2 out is at 287. 2 homers and 24 RBI. That special rocket's got the name Rosebud on it. Doesn't have my name on it. Come on. Dixon's ready. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to first. Watson takes it to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. So the Cubbies go down in order again. We go to the bottom of the second. Chicago nothing. Here come the Astros. Cruz, Watson, and Howe. And because we know Lorenzo's going to hyperventilate here, let's do the standings. The Dodgers have won 8 of 10 in 2 straight. They beat the Expos in our stream yesterday. 41-22, and they're 4 up in the win column on Houston. It was also won 2 straight and 7 of 10. The Astros are 25-9 at home. In the East, Pittsburgh loses yesterday, so they fall to 37-23. Philadelphia 2 back. Montreal has dropped 5 straight thanks to the Dodgers, and so they're at 500. The Cubbies are 10.5 back and losers of 4 straight. California won again. They've won 9 of 10, and their lead over Kansas City is 3.5. And Baltimore has a lead over the Yankees by half a game, and the Red Sox by 2.5. Captain Carl says Lamp came up in August of 77 and made his debut, just as the Cubs tank was hit knee. Tomorrow, the Red Sox and Yankees, tomorrow at 12 noon. Jose Cruz at 344, 4 homers and 39 RBI. Pitch to Cruz is a ground ball to Ontiveros over to first, 1 out. And the Astros are outperforming their 78 season, but they were so good at home where they don't need to hit home runs, and their pitching and fly ball pitchers especially could do well. Not the case once you get out of Houston. Captain Carl says that Lamp was carded by Stratomatic. See in the basic or whatever? He only had 3 starts. No, it'll only be an hour. Bob Watson at 325, 7 homers and 40 RBI. Pitch from Lamp is a liner in the right field. Mercer will pick it up. And so Watson's on with Art Howe at the plate. Art at 298, 5 homers and 28 RBI. Watson goes. Rader throws down, and it goes into center field. And so Watson ends up with the steal and goes to third on the error by Rader. So an 0-1 count to Howe, and Houston has a runner on third. Lorenzo Already chomping at the bit to give me grief. Pitch to Howe from Lamp is a ground ball to Buckner. Watson will score. Buckner goes for the sure out at first. Yes, grief because Houston leads 1-0. So 2 out for Joe Ferguson. He will go back to the Dodgers. He was with the Dodgers. He went to Houston. He'll go back to the Dodgers. He's hitting .231, 9 homers, and 26 RBI. Another big reason why Houston is outperforming their real-life numbers. Pitch from Lamp, ball 4. All right, was that right? It's Mike Fischlin, who is 0 for 3. He's grounded into a double play. Hit .116 in real life, 10 for 86. That's bad. Pitch from Lamp is a ground ball to Ontiveros. He goes across the way, and that will retire the side. So the Astros get a run on a hit and an error, and they strand 1. After 2, you hear, "Let's go Cubbies." It's 1-0 Houston. So Trio at .335, no homers and 22 RBI. Raider and Lamp. Pitch from Dixon. And Trio sends this one into right center. Cruz is there for the out. Lorenzo is still steaming from jinxing his Dodgers yesterday. Dave Raider at .208, 4 homers and 24 RBI. They did win. No thanks to you. Pitch to Raider is a liner in the left field that's going to get all the way to the wall, and Dave's got a double. But Lorenzo is right. They did win the game. Lorenzo's scouring the EVE online directories to find out who I am on there so he can go blow me up. Dennis Lamp is not blowing up at the plate. He's at .097, 3 for 31. Watson and Cabell come in to play the bunt. Lamp does not bunt. Cabell has a little grounder, and Lamp is going to run. He throws to Watson, and Lamp is safe. And Raider held at second. So it was a check swing, little bunt, and Cabell got a late jump on it, which is a surprise because he was playing in. So Raider on second, Lamp on first. Cubbies have 2 hits for DeJesus. He's 0 for 1. So Dixon at 30 pitches through 9 batters. 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits. And that's it. No, he can't. He doesn't even know where I am, so. Pitch to DeJesus. Struck him out. He got him on a 1-2. Fastball at 84. And that brings up Greg Gross. If Lorenzo could have, he would have done it a long ago. So here's Gross. Pitch from Dixon, and that's into left field. Bergman will make the catch, bobble it, and he'll drop it. Raiders scores. Lamp goes to third, and that's an error. Bergman is an average arm or average range. Drop the ball. And so we're tied at 1. Ricky says, so much for the Astros defense. I got it bad for Juckett. Well, you don't sound like my wife there. I will find him. Yeah, okay. Here's Buckner. He's 0 for 1. So runners in the corners and 2 out following the error. Lamp on third. Buckner up the middle. Dixon snares it, throws it to first, and that will retire the side. Chicago gets a run on 2 hits and the 1 error by Bergman, and that was a bad one. 2.5 down, 1-1 to score. So Tom Dixon hitting 125, no homers and 2 RBI, starts the bottom of the third. Walling and Bergman to follow. Pitch from Lamp. Right back to Dennis, over to first for the out. So through 9 batters, Lamp, 35 pitches, 2 1/3 innings, a hit. He has given up an unearned run. He's walked 1 and struck out 1. Walling is 0 for 1. Pitch from Lamp. Base hit, right side. That was in the hole, and Walling's on first. Dave Bergman is 0 for 1. All right, Apple Chatter. You know, we don't have any real sports going on right now except for the artificial ones. Oh, no. I don't need Captain Kirk. Bergman is 0 for 1. You know what NHL.TV tried to do to me? They tried to bill me for games I couldn't watch. They billed for the month of April. They refunded it today, but I thought that was kind of funny. Pitch to Bergman is a ground ball to Buckner. He might get 2. And no, he just underhands it to Lamp, and that will be an out. So Walling will go to second. 2 out for Cabell, who struck out. The more I interact with Ron here, the more Dave Gardner becomes a sympathetic figure. Aw, I love you too, Lorenzo. Pitch to Cabell is a ground ball to De Jesus over to first for the out, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors. After 3, the Cubs and Astros are tied at 1. You got headphones on, Lorenzo, or no? It'll be Mercer, Bittner, and Ontiveros to face Dixon in the 4th. Batting effects here, or ballpark effects for the Astrodome. Lefties -6 in batting average, righties -8 in batting average. He took them off as he joined the stream. Well, then I won't do me any good to drink in your ear. You know better. Home run effects for lefties -6%, but for righties it's -48. It's not a long story. I was going to take a sip of seltzer, but I don't want to burn off Lorenzo's ear because I'm a nice guy. Really. Pitch to Mercer is in the right center field. Walling is there for the out. Bunch of rivalry games this week. We start with the Red Sox and the Yankees tomorrow from Fenway. First of their 15 meetings of the year. And you're welcome. We're not doing all 15 games. Here's Bittner. He's 0 for 1. And then tomorrow night after Gardner and I chat, we're going to say about 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. Just putting that out there, Lorenzo. Around 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. A tradition unlike any other will raid Retro Sports Network. The all-time greats Masters, all 72 holes over 4 days. The Masters, Thursday night on Retro Sports Network on Twitch.tv. Pitch to Bittner is a long drive to right and gone. All Jose Cruz could do is turn and watch it go. And for Bittner, that's his second of the year, and the Cubs go up 2-1. And there is cheering from the deepest reaches of Losec. Bittner just got a hold of that one and sent that one into the seats. Yep, someone will get a virtual green jacket Sunday afternoon. I'm not sure if it's in the virtual Butler cabin. So primetime coverage Thursday and Friday, and daytime coverage Saturday and Sunday. Steve Ontiveros is 0 for 1. So 2-1 Cubs. Here in the top of the 4th, 1 out. Ontiveros sends this one into right center. Walling makes the catch. 2 out. The Manny trio is up. Manny's 0 for 1. Cubs took the lead and Lorenzo stays quiet. Pitch to Manny is a liner in the right center field. That's going to go all the way to the wall. And Trio is into second standing with a double. That's the 4th Cub hit. The sports world has been hit hard by this, but it will return. Yep, it will return. Going to make for one hell of a September, isn't it? Although the Masters, you know what? That's right around my birthday, the 9th through the 12th. They'll run out of channels. Let's hope so. Dave Rader at the plate, he's 1 for 2. Or he's 1 for 1, rather. He doubled and scored in the 3rd. The cable company gets enough of my money every month, you'd think it actually would turn on the TV. Pitch to Rader is a line drive to Fischlin, and that will retire the side. A run on 2 hits and no errors. After 3.5, it's the Cubs 2, the Astros 1. So Cruz, Watson, and Howe to face Lamp. And they're still buzzing about Larry Bittner's home run to right center. Pitch from Lamp. Ground ball to short, deep in the hole. De Jesus over to first for the out. So here's Bob Watson, the future Yankee, singled. Stole a base his 5th of the year and scored. Cubbies have 4 hits, the Astros 2. And that's the 3rd hit for Houston as he punches that one in the hole, and Mercer will pick it up. On the right side, that's Art Howe now. Watson not going to steal. Howe has an RBI on the fielder's choice in the 2nd. Lamp's pitch. Here's a ground ball to Ontiveros. He's only going to go to first for the sure out. And Buckner will hold on the bag, and there's 2 away. For Joe Ferguson, who walked his first time up, 2 runs, 4 hits, and an error for the Cubbies. They've left 3 on. A run, 3 hits, and an error for Houston. They've stranded 2 so far. Well, you just kind of wonder, for that 1 year, if they let someone else televise it. ABC and NBC do have relationships now with Augusta National. Or with the way the sun sets, would they just make sure that everything was done by 4 o'clock? I can't see it being exclusively cable. But I would imagine, I think they would do is they would just put them on early enough that the NFL would probably start at 4:30 that week. There'd be no, in prime time? We'll see. That's a possibility. You could write an article about that. You needed a sports media article, right? Pitch to Ferguson is strike 3. Lamp got him. He swung and missed on a curve. No runs, a hit, and no errors. We've played 4. Cubs 2, Astros 1. So Lamp, DeJesus, and Gross. Lamp singled his first time up. I bet they would let... Last year they let CBS go early with the rain coming in. So I'd imagine that on that Sunday they might let him go start at 9 or 10. I'm sure if they're making the effort to do the Masters this year and not postponing it outright, that CBS will get their full share. Pitch to Lamp is right back to Dixon, over to first for the out. DeJesus is 0 for 2 with a strikeout, so Dixon threw 18 batters, 54 pitches, 4 1/3 innings, 4 hits, the home run to Bittner, and a strikeout, and that belongs to DeJesus. Watson and Cabell play for the bunt. And that's going to be a blooper into right center, and Navon's got himself a single. For Gross, who's 0 for 2. 5th hit for the Cubs. DeJesus goes. Fly ball, left field. Bergman and somebody from Katy, Texas, makes that catch. And the count is 0-1. Throw to first. DeJesus is back. Almost got him. Now he'll go home. There goes DeJesus. Ground ball foul, third base side. And this bat now goes to no balls and 2 strikes for Gross, who's 0 for 2. Pitch from Dixon. Struck him out. So 2 out. He got him to swing and miss on an 85-mile-an-hour fastball. And then I'll bring up Billy Buckner, who's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. And there's a long drive to right field. Cruz will pick it up on a hop. But DeJesus will round third. The throw from Howe is in time. It's in time. So Cruz made a bad play on it, but got a good bounce off the artificial surface, chucked it to Howe, and then got him at the plate. So 9-4-2, we're halfway home. It's the Cubs 2, the Astros 1. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Well, Houston went up in the second on an RHA grounder. Greg Gross hit a sac fly that turned out to be an error. That tied the game, and Larry Bentner with the solo shot in the fourth made it 2-1. I'm not sure they got greedy. The chance of scoring there was 78%. I thought he was going to be safe. You throw home anyway. You don't concede the run. Dennis Lamp, 4 innings, 3 hits, a run, none earned. He walked 1 and struck out 2. Dixon threw 5, 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, and the home run. And that's how we got to where we are. So Mike Fischlin is 0 for 1. And yeah, I'll watch the Masters no matter what. Wingstop and Team Fight Tactics. Edible.com and Team Fight Tactics. Alright, someone will have to explain to me what Team Fight Tactics are. Wings, I obviously know what they are. Pitch to Fischlin is a ground ball up the middle. Trio behind the bag, over to first for the out. Tom Dixon is 0 for 1. 2-1 Chicago here in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch to Dixon is a ground ball to third. Ontiveros, long throw, and Dixon will beat it out because the throw jumped Buckner's glove. And so that's an E5. Ontiveros just winged it. And it stopped. Sure, the photographer's well. Brings up Denny Walling, who's 1 for 2. He's got himself a single. So through 18 batters. 67 pitches, 4 1/3 innings, 3 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Robbie thinks it's a smartphone game. Okay. So don't forget to download it. Oh, Ricky. Oh, Ricky, you're so bad. You're so bad. Hey, Ricky. Didn't go through his legs this time. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Pitch to Walling is a liner in the left field. That's going to drop for a base hit. And they're going to hold Dixon at second. Oh, grits, cake, and fried flounder. So I'll drop in front of Bentner. Okay. Okay, Keeler. You know what? WFAN is airing in a few Sundays as they're going through their Giants library of games. Does David Tyree sound familiar? No, I won't do that. Howdy, how are you? Ricky says, I know one not to listen to the fan. So Bergman's 0 for 2. I hadn't even thought of the Buddy Bleep and Dent thing. I got a better name than that. So Bergman is 0 for 2. Runners on first and second. Tying run is Dixon and Walling the go-ahead run. And Rader and Lamp have a few words. Lamp pitches, and Bergman, slow ground ball to De Jesus. Over to first. Buckner, can he keep on the bag? No, it got away. And De Jesus throws it away. And that's a 2-base error. And the game is tied. And so the Cubs now have 3 errors in the ball game. De Jesus, he just kind of winged it, and that didn't stop in Buckner's glove. It ended up in the dugout. So still 1 out. Lamp has gotten 3 outs in this inning, but only 1 count. Cabell's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Ground ball to Ontiveros. Walling will score. The throw to Buckner is in time. Walling makes it 3-2 Houston. So the errors sting. Like Bucky Dent. Jose Cruz is 0 for 2. Lamp is just beside himself on the mound. Both of those runs are on. He's not allowed an earned run. All 3 Houston runs are unearned. Pitch to Jose is in the left field, or left center, or whatever. It was just a rainmaker. Ontiveros is there, and that will retire the side, but the Astros get 2 runs on 2 hits and 2 errors. It's Houston 3, Chicago 2. You make that many errors, you deserve to lose. Bobby Mercer, Larry Bittner, and Steve Ontiveros to face Tom Dixon. Struck him out. He got him on a 1-2 on the outside corner. 1 out for Bittner, who was 1 for 2. He homered into the seats in right center his last time up. Pitch to Larry, and that's hammered into center field, but Walling is there. 2 out. Steve Ontiveros is 0 for 2. Chicago not necessarily covering itself in clover this afternoon. All right, back to Dixon, over to first, and that will retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Houston 3, Chicago 2. Watson, 2 for 2. He singled twice, stolen the base, and scored a run. Pitch from Lamp. Up the middle, and what the heck just happened? That hit off the foot of Lamp. That went right up the middle, and Lamp, trying to get his leg out of the way, pulls a Scherzer and punches that one himself into left center field. The Rat Cast is right. The Astros, those jerseys in the 70s were awesome. So with that, single, Watson's 3 for 3. Here's how. He's 0 for 2. With an RBI. Line drive to Trio, and Watson stays put. 1 out. For Joe Ferguson, he is 0 for 1. He has walked and struck out. And this time he hits it to DeJesus. Trio for 1 over to Buckner. And this time the defense works. Double play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. They don't strand anybody. After 6, it's the Astros 3, the Cubs 2. So Trio, Raider, and Lamp. As we start the top of the 7th, Manny's 1 for 2. He's got himself a double. The road hats were the Navy, and I believe by 1980 they were wearing, 81 or 82. 86 they were wearing the Navy both places. But the Rat Cast, who's a big fan of the Tampa Bay Creamsicles, says orange all the way. Pitch to Trio is into left center field. Back goes Walling, and he'll make the catch. There's Dave Rader. Love his stash. 1 for 2. He scored and has a double. 6 hits aside for both teams. 3-2 Astros on the scoreboard. 3 errors for the Cubs, 1 for Houston, and both teams have stranded 4. In the left, back goes Bergman. He'll make the catch deep. 2 out for Lamp, who's 1 for 2. And DJ John, thankfully you have the essential day job. We're at the top of the 7th, 2 out. Houston leading the Cubs 3-2. All 3 runs for Houston are unearned. And tomorrow, the Yankees and the Red Sox from Fenway, the first meeting of the year. And then after the support chat, 7:30, 8 o'clock, a tradition unlike any other, comes to Retro Sports Network, the all-time great Masters, all weekend long right here on Retro Sports Network. Dennis Lamp is 1 for 2. The rainbows were a little hard on the eyes. We had a black and white TV growing up for the most part, so that was easy. And Mike Vail will pinch hit for Lamp. So we'll have a pitching change coming up in the bottom of the 7th for Chicago. Vail is 0 for 1 on the year, hitting .333, 4 homers, and 33 RBI on in real life. Pitch to Vail is into center field. Walling goes back but makes the catch. And so Lynn McLaughlin will come in to pitch. He has made the trip down, speaking of Big Orange, from San Francisco. This is his third appearance with the Cubs. He's been in, it's his third day in a row pitching for the Cubs. How about that? No record. An ERA at 2.45. That fastball is at 94, and he's a standard pitcher. So, we'll just give you the stats. Against the Astros this weekend, 3 2/3 innings, 4 hits. A run, it was earned. He walked 2 and struck out 1. I saw Silver Streak in the theater. That was a good movie. Mike Fishlin's 0 for 2. Dixon and Walling to follow. Pitch to Fishlin. Struck him out. Got him on a full count. Fastball swung on and missed at 94. Dixon will bat. He's 0 for 2. As a run scored, and this time he slaps one to DeJesus, comes well in front of behind the mound, throws it to first, and Dixon's retired. Denny Walling 2 for 3. Denny has singled twice and scored once. Pitch to Walling, ball 4. And Walling's got speed, 3-1 count inside. That brings up Bergman, who's 1 for 3. Cubs are at least keeping this a game. Walling will try and steal. Rader throws down to DeJesus, not in time. That's the third for Denny. And there's 2 out for Bergman and an 0-1 count. McLaughlin's pitch struck him out. He got him on an 0-2 on the outside corner, hard at 96. No runs, no hits, a runner left after 7. Houston 3, Chicago 2. So through 27 batters, Dixon 86 pitches, 7 hits, or 7 innings. Wow, just get this one right, Ron. 6 hits, a home run, that was to Bittner. And he struck out 3. The 1 run of the 2 was earned. DeJesus 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. Tribe fan, how you doing? Line drive right to Cabell. 1 out. After the game, don't forget, we'll do the scoreboard update. And we've already told you, it'll be the Yankees and the Red Sox from Fenway tomorrow. At noon, Gross is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Pitch to Gross. Line drive to Howe, and that is the 2nd out. So Dixon probably can go the route. Pitch-wise, he's doing all right. Here's Buckner. He's 1 for 3. Has himself a double. Pitch to Buckner is a line drive right to Watson, and that will retire the side. So the Cubbies go down in order. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still Houston 3, Chicago 2. So McLaughlin will face Cabell, Cruz, and Watson. Enos is 0 for 3 with a strikeout and an RBI. They're playing in for a bunt, not going to do it. Cabell slaps that into right field for a single. And that's the 7th Houston hit. Cruz is 0 for 3. McLaughlin has given up 5 hits this weekend in 4 2/3 innings. Throw to first, Cabell back. And that was a mistake because I wasn't going to steal him, and now I am. Cabell goes to throw down to second, and DeJesus can't put the tag in time, and that's the 16th for Enos. So it's an 0-1 count to Cruz, and a big insurance run in scoring position. Helps if the mouse is in the right spot. Ground ball to Buckner. Takes it to the bag for the out. So Cabell moves up to third. 1 out, and the infield playing in for Watson. Bob is 3 for 3. He has singled 3 times. He has stolen a base and scored once. Cabell on third. Into left center field. Back goes Gross. That's off the wall. Watson will hold with a double, and the Astros go up 4-2. John, what if you can tell us roughly what? I know that you're a DJ at night, but what is your essential job? Tribe fan just saw DeJesus getting picked off pinch running in Game 5 of the '84 World Series. Art Howe is 0 for 3. So Bob Watson and Tom Dixon having themselves a good afternoon. Pitch to Howe is a ground ball to third. Ontiveros over to Buckner for the out, and Watson will move to third. So 2 out for Ferguson, who's 0 for 2. He is grounded into a double play, struck out, and walked. Not necessarily in that order. And they're going to walk Ferguson for Mike Fischlin, the shortstop. I'm not sure I would do that, but we're going to pinch hit for Fischlin. We're going to bring a who can hit a righty. So Wilbur Howard at 136, a homer and 5 RBI. Runners in the corners, 2 out for McLaughlin and the Cubs. Pitch to Howard, right back up the box. McLaughlin throws to first, and the side is retired. Houston gets a run on 2 hits. They strand 2. We go to the 9th. Houston 4, Chicago 2. So Tom Dixon isn't even giving me the fatigue warning. He's going for the CG. Sexton, by the way, is a 4 at short. Mercer, Bittner, and Ontiveros in trio should anybody reach. Pitch to Mercer is into center field. He's digging for 2, and he's in there. He dove in. Walling's arm isn't great, but he was never going to get him. And the Cubs, with Bittner, who already has a home run, have the tying run at the plate. Pitch from Dixon into right field. That'll stay in the yard. Cruz, 1 out. Mercer will hold as Cruz dove on the turf. Note, yeah. Mealman. Oh, yeah, you're pretty important. And you can listen to ball games on his XM radio. All right, John. Good to know. ID, how are you? Glad to have you along. Latest followers, Game Life Game. Edward Meek 91, my buddy on Facebook, and Nellie Loves Carl. And as I said yesterday, I hope Carl knows that. It would be Sam Beto if we need it. Dave Smith isn't there in 78, I don't think. Pitch to Ontiveros is right back to Dixon. Over to Watson for the out. Mercer moves to third. And that'll bring up Manny Trio with 2 out. He's 1 for 3 with a double. And is the last chance saloon for the Cubs. 2 runs, 7 hits, and 3 errors. For Chicago, they've left 4 on. The Astros, 4 runs, 8 hits, and an error, and they've left 7 on. Dixon delivers. Popped up. Walling. Game over. Houston wins it by the score of 4-2. So Tom Dixon goes the route. He goes to 5-1 on the year. 9 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, just 1 earned, the homer by Bittner, and he struck out 3. He could have thrown 130. He had minus stuff and pitched very well. And for the Cubbies, Dennis Lamp goes to 4-9. Did not give up an earned run. 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 unearned runs. He walked 1 and struck out 2. Pitch count-wise, he could have gone another inning. McLaughlin, 2 innings, 2 hits, a run. It was earned. He walked 2 and struck out 2. He had plus stuff. And so we now go to the rest of the day in baseball. Sunday, the 18th of June, 1978, Father's Day. And a bunch of games on Father's Day. Let's see. Cincinnati 10, St. Louis 8. Manny Sarmiento goes to 3-3. St. Louis pitchers walked 12. Would you believe that? They walked 12. A whole mess of games. Ted Simmons, though, hit his 10th homer and drove in 6. Danny Dreesen hit a homer and 3 hits, including a grand slam. He drove in 5. Red Sox 6, Seattle 2. Okay, Jim Wright goes to 3-3. Freddie Lynn 3 for 5 with a stolen base. Atlanta 8, Pittsburgh 6. Preston Hanna gets the win. He goes to 5-7. Baltimore and Jim Palmer shut down the A's 2-1. Wallace with a homer. And that one, Palmer goes to 8-4. Doubleheader between Kansas City and Chicago. The Royals win the opener 6-4. Andy Hassler goes to 3-3. Hal McRae with a home run is fourth. In the nightcap, they split in 13. Lauren LeGros gets the win. Chicago 6, Kansas City 5. The Yankees beat the Angels 5-0. Ed Figueroa throws a 4-hit shutout. Gary Thomason hits his first for the Yankees. Twins beat the Tigers 4-3. Dave Goltz goes to 5-3. Doubleheader between the Mets and the Giants. The Mets sweep the Giants 2-1 the first. Greg Swan goes to 8-4. Jerry Koosman goes to 6-5 in the second as they shut down the Giants 2-0. Lee Mazzilli hits a 6th home run. Let's see, what else can I tell you? The Dodgers beat the Expos 11-7. Don Sutton goes to 9-5. Steve Garvey has 4 hits. Opener between Cleveland and Milwaukee. Cleveland won 3-2. Rick Waits goes to 6-4. Robin Yount gets the win. I'm not seeing the second game of that doubleheader. Texas beats Toronto 15-2. 19 hits for the Rangers. And Toronto walked 10. Doyle Alexander goes to 5-7. Richie Zisk hits his 12th homer. And the Phillies beat the Padres 5-2. Dick Ruthven goes to 1-0 in his first start with the Phillies since the trade from Atlanta. Greg Luzinski hits his 17th of the year. Oh, Milwaukee beat Cleveland in the second game of their doubleheader 6-2. So, Yankees Red Sox tomorrow. On Friday, did I not pick a game? Houston and Los Angeles. You know Lorenzo's watching that. And then Sunday, some point, we'll have Baltimore and Milwaukee. So 3 big games coming up. Standings as we head into Monday. Pittsburgh by 1 over Philly in the National League East. The Dodgers by 2 over Houston in the National League West. Baltimore by a half game over the Yankees. 2.5 over the Red Sox. 4 over Milwaukee. And in the West, California by 3 over Kansas City. Oh yeah, I'm there. And so there we go. We'll talk to you tonight on Dave Gardner's Stream. Until then, have a great rest of the day and be good to each other. That's all we have.